مرحبا مساء الخير كيف اليوم كيف الحال كيف الدنيا كيف أنتم إيه Hello everyone, it is Fatima and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 6 of VEDA. Cannot believe it, but thank you guys for sticking with me. I do see a few more viewers, aka we are not quite at 10 views yet, but I know we're gonna get there inshallah. So today's video is about tools and resources that I use. So we're going to be discussing textbooks, apps, websites, and other resources. I'm going to leave this to what I am currently using. I'm not going to talk about what I once upon a time used. I think that was in another video where I went over the apps that I once upon a time used, but I'm going to talk about like what I'm using today and what's relevant to me right now. And inshallah, in the future, I can make an updated video if things change. So first things first is the books. The books that I am using for Arabic specifically, that is the language that I'm learning, by the way, if you cannot tell by the intro. That was Arabic. أتتكلم عربي قليلا. So the books, Alif, Ba, and Al-Kitaab. So Alif, Ba, and Al-Kitaab. Legitimately gonna keep that in there because that was my toddler running around. But Alif, Ba, and Al-Kitaab are books that I got on Vital Source. So Vital Source is a website where you can buy books, and they will be ebooks that are available, and it will also give you access to any resources that you need, such as the companion websites that are attached to that. Like if you buy books on there and it comes with a companion website, or like DVDs in the past, or MP3s, or whatever it might be, you buy the books on Vital Source, and then you'll have access to those codes that are necessary for the companion website. So Al-Kitaab is focusing on sounds of Arabic as well as introducing letters. As I mentioned, it does come with a website, and on the website actually is going to be a website called class.lingco.io, and on that website is where you'll have all of your modules. So inshallah, maybe I will actually go through that this time so that you can kind of see what I'm referring to. Let me see. Alif Ba. So my professor, my ustada, she did not have the assignments on the website. But the cool thing that deals with Alif Ba and Al-Kitaab is that if you do have this course with a class or professor, they normally will have a code for you to use to have access to the assignments that will be due throughout your course, right? So you can follow along with your course. Or if you are an independent learner, you can use the access code for independent learners that are found on the Al-Kitaab website, Georgetown Press, if I'm not mistaken, where you can get access to the modules and things of that nature. So you don't necessarily need a professor to go through it. Like I mentioned before, there's unit 1 through 10 for Alif Ba. There are a variety of lessons. Some has as little as 6 drills and lessons, and as many as 45 for particular units. So going through these things and actually completing them will allow you to feel like you're getting the most bang for your buck as it pertains to these books and the prices for them. Al-Kitaab, on the other hand, deals with, let's go to this. So Al-Kitaab is part 1 that I am currently working with. There are more parts. I think it goes up to part 2 or 3 if I'm not mistaken. And so Al-Kitaab part 1 is basically just the textbooks for beginning Arabic. Same kind of flow as before, like I mentioned with Lingco, and those modules are 1 through 13, as little as 14 lessons per module, and then as many as 28 lessons per module. So 13. And this book we'll be using for some time, actually, right? Like, and some people can look at that as like, oh my God, that's a negative thing. Like, I don't want to be stuck in one book for however long. But I feel like, number one, as far as monies. That's great for people who need to be modest in what they spend. And then also it allows you to thoroughly go through the book and not feel like you're rushed. So for instance, Arabic, elementary Arabic 1, we went through lessons 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll move along and continue to progress in Arabic 2, in intermediate Arabic 1, and intermediate Arabic 2, inshallah. So I'll move on from this. The second thing would be people. So my professor, my ustada, and my husband are resources that I use as well. People that can actually help me. So my ustada is seeing my progression and she's helping me. My husband is someone that I can actually speak to and do kind of like a language exchange with. So those are two people that are like actually helping me, like truly helping me. There are people in my class that I do projects with, but I haven't built a relationship yet with anyone where I actually like use them as like a true blue, we're in this together type buddy, where we're going to see this to the end and we have each other. Inshallah, we'll see what happens. The third thing is going to be around YouTube videos. So as you all know, I posted a video before about Arabic dialects versus Fusha. So because I am learning both, also in these Al-Kitaab books, you can learn Fusha, Shami, which is Levantine dialect that deals with a lot of countries like Urdun, Palestine, Lebanon, for instance, as well as Misri, which is Egyptian dialect, right? So those two dialects are not ones that I actually have an interest in actually learning because I won't be actually using them. So I'll be learning the Yemeni dialect outside of class and focusing on Fusha in class. The reason why that's important is because Fusha pretty much is the foundation and also what's going to be in the written language, so on and so forth. Have an entire video about that. Go check it out, inshallah. But anyway, so with the YouTube videos, I watch things that are in dialect, yes, and that will be various Yemeni YouTube content creators that I have come across or videos where people are speaking to Yemenis. I watch those as well. So I'll put some resources down in the description if you're interested. Creating my Arabic channel, my Arabic YouTube channel, and only searching for videos in Arabic, only watching videos that are in Arabic has truly helped me find the resources that I need. It trips me out how the algorithm does not allow you in your other channels to watch the things that you want to watch, and it kind of forces you to kind of stay in this box of what it thinks that you are. So anyway, I highly recommend creating a YouTube channel in the language and stick with that. Only stick with that language that you're trying to learn, your target language. So I also watch videos in Fusha as well, and I love True in the Magic Kingdom. I love True. I love Griselda. I love Cumulo. And I love Bartelby. I love Z. I love everybody, okay? I love everybody. Shajara, the magical tree, the tree of wishes. I love everybody, okay? So True, I like the show because, number one, it's not necessarily comprehensible. Just because it's a show for children doesn't mean that it's comprehensible, because if you don't know anything, you don't know anything. Okay, so the show is great though because it allows me to kind of activate the vocabulary that I have already been learning in school as it relates to Fusha, and whenever I hear it, I'm used to hearing it. The voices are animated, but I don't really care too much about that. I love it because there are different voice tones, I guess you can say, throughout the series, and whenever they're having conversations, like no one's talking over anyone. It is kind of like a script. Like I say this, you say that, I wait, you talk, I wait type of thing. So yeah, love True in the Magic Kingdom. Honestly, the most. Yeah, there are other shows that I can watch for Fusha, but definitely True in the Magic Kingdom is one of my favorites. Music, Spotify, that app is amazing. I have recommendations from my husband, my ustada, as well as my own findings that I come across to help me with Arabic. Now, obviously, music and Arabic is not going to be necessarily in Fusha. Like, yeah, there are some things that are in Fusha, like Disney. The entire Little Mermaid live action is amazing. Okay, in Arabic, amazing. Oh my gosh, the Wish movie. MashaAllah. That entire soundtrack in Arabic is absolutely amazing, and that is in Fusha. So yeah, with songs there are some things that are in Fusha, but obviously if it's not like animations and things of that nature, most likely it's going to be in the dialect of the artist. So it's not necessarily to learn, it's just to get comfortable with the sounds, get comfortable with listening and being able to memorize things, because that's what you do naturally in your own language as well, is memorize the lyrics as they come along. Okay, lastly, resource number 5 is a combination of many, but it's apps. So I use GoodNotes for note-taking. So think about all things folders for school, notebooks for school, and writing practice. And then I use the Canvas app for school assignments, resources, and handouts. So technically it is a resource because my professor will put things on there that are for us for learning. And then we also have to turn in our assignments, do our tests and quizzes, and all of the things on that app as well. So it is definitely a resource. Also, the Belingu app is great for reading. I have legitimately never seen a YouTube video with anyone talking about the Belingu app. And I don't know why, but I like it. I mean, I wish the stories were actually narrated by native speakers. But I think for the purpose of literally just reading and having the audio component there just in case, and also having your native and target language there, it is helpful. I really like it. And then now they have a new feature, because I had this app before, but I re-downloaded it recently and signed up for a premium subscription, because they have this new feature where you actually go through like 5 or 6 stories and you go level by level. Then they quiz you, you do an activity, and then you do vocabulary practice. So to me, it's great. Like, I'm not necessarily using it to learn. I'm using it to activate vocabulary, to continuously expose myself to it, and to replace doom scrolling on like social media with actual productive things as it relates to language learning, so I don't feel guilty. So yeah, those are the resources that I want to talk about today, just because obviously, like, I could like, oh darn it, I forgot that other one. But if it was that important, I would have remembered, I feel like, whenever I just gave myself a couple of seconds to jot down these things. So let me know, did I miss out on anything? What have you been doing in your language learning journey? Especially like if it relates to Arabic, like even if that's not Arabic, if it's any other language, but it's a resource that I can use as well, let me know. And as I mentioned before, inshallah, I will either do a revised video on this, or I will do a part 2 to add on to this list, inshallah. But that's all that I have today. Don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with anyone who you think may find it interesting, and subscribe to the channel. Join my little community, because I'm not going anywhere, inshallah. I want to share my journey and encourage people the same way that I've been encouraged as well, inshallah. Until next time, folks, ma'asalama.